The tradition of the marching band has been building for 114 years now, and it's just something that has been built around this whole concept of Ski-U-Mah, University of Minnesota.
I was a gopher baby, and my brother goes here, and my mom and my dad went here, and it was part of my life that you had pride in being a Minnesotan, and coming here and being a part of this is really a fulfillment of what I was taught as a little kid.
It's an incredible honor just to be a part of it.
Pride of Minnesota Backstage is a co-production between TPT's Minnesota channel and the University of Minnesota Marching Band. Support for this program was provided to the University of Minnesota Marching Band by the University of Minnesota School of Music and the University of Minnesota College of Liberal Arts.
2, 1, 2, 3, up! Quit adding notes! Enough of that! Part of the problem has been passed down verbally, and people are adding stuff all over the place, and so when you stand in front of it, it sounds like white noise. It sounds like a lot of people who don't know the tune we're playing. Trombones, look at the part. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, oh! Let's go. I hope the students that participate in this group really get a feeling of belonging to something special. It's a community of people that come together to do a lot of good for a lot of others. And it's wonderful to see how they work together and how willing they are for that. And for all these students, my hope is that we make their college experience just a little more special.
It was one of the deciding factors to come to the university, actually. It's been something that I've seen for a number of years now, where I've had friends who've come through the program before me, and I've just seen how they have enjoyed it so much that I wanted to be a part of it.
The band is definitely a family to me. They are my second family. They always have been.
Throughout the year, you can't go a day without seeing someone around campus that's in marching band, and to be on a campus this big, in a city this big, and to know people like that is really, really nice. It's convenient.
Band here is, and it has been established this way, and I embrace it completely, is a real family. When you come to a large state school like this one, it's really important, I think, to have an association of friends that do the same things that you do and believe in the same things you believe in, are mutually beneficial towards one another, and this group really embraces that thought. It is a band family. This will take care of your social life, and this will take care of your physical health, all wrapped up into one activity, so you don't have to go searching for those things. Your social life and your physical activity will be all taken care of during marching band.
It takes quite a bit of time. We have rehearsals approximately 2 hours each day. For the drum line, we have an additional rehearsal on Wednesday nights from about 7 to 10 o'clock at night. So that's in addition to the normal band rehearsal that we have from 4 to 6. So that's putting in about 5 hours on Wednesday with 2 hours each additional day. On game weekends, we have an additional rehearsal on Friday nights. We'll have a morning rehearsal on Saturday to prepare for the game, and then we will have, obviously, the game to perform at, and all the pep fests and things that go along with that. So it's quite the time commitment.
Band, attend, hut.
Good, fall back in, everybody else stand up. 1, 2. All right, good, think about where your feet are. They should be comfortable, shoulder width apart, your weight should be balanced. And remember when you do this, that you need to move your foot quickly. It's not a slow movement. And this all needs to be sharp and snappy.
Band, right, haste. Left, face. Band.
When you look at the marching band as a whole, what you don't want to see is individual people. And so such tiny things like that, like making sure that we're all standing the same, that we all look the same, that we all bring our horns up together, it really helps to create the overall effect that you want of just one large group instead of many individuals. It's bowing this way. Hank will go this way. Elsa down, H down, ankle down. Anna, go that way. Mercedes, go that way. Not quite so much. Aaron, back this way. Just a little bit, yeah. Yep, down. Dana, a little bit that way. Yep. Down. Good. Good. Good.
And make sure when they're dressing it, because if you notice, a lot of people went, oh, dress the diag. And they did this,
right.
and their feet are still pointing that way. So when the person in the back's looking down the feet, they see all these people pointing the wrong way. So you got to point into the diag.
Yeah, so whenever you're facing down the line, you got to be facing completely down the line.
How the clarinet's doing.
Otherwise, it's not really going to help much.
Check the feet. Check the feet.
Looking this way, and then
Remember, a good way to do this is to look down at the feet, okay? Because the feet are never gonna lie. Don't just go off the shoulders or always the drums. But the drums can be a great tool to use in your peripheral vision. Okay, so you can use the drums, basses not so much, but everybody else, you can use the drums to find out where you are. So don't always go by the head or the shoulders because those can lie and be manipulated easily. So always look at the feet if we can. Okay. Mike, maybe move up.
It's really important to build discipline and to just build knowledge of your body. When you do a basic drill like that over and over and over again, you really become conscious of where exactly is this part of my body at all times. It's almost like a form of dance. You just have to be conscious of where you are all the time in relationship to different parts of your body, with yourself and with the person next to you. You have to be really conscious all the time, and that's what the basic drills build.
Stand up and make sure your feet are pointing right.
It's pretty good across from what I can see.
James, if you could take a tiny step to your left or to your right.
Right?
Yeah.
How far is tiny?
That tiny.
How far is tiny?
Like an inch.
Perfect. Perfect. Give them something to grab onto. Move a little bit to your left. Okay, I'm 6'8". That's a little bit to my left. You know, try to get exact numbers.
Okay.
Exactly how far do I want you to move?
All right, we should all be standing at the position of attention. You need to think about this for a minute. Think about where your feet are. Your heels should be together. Toes, about 30 degrees apart. About enough room to put one fist between your toes. Eyes looking straight ahead at the horizon. Shoulders back. Arms on the seams of your trousers. Don't put them straight down. Don't lock them out. Don't let them just hang loose. They should kind of be in the middle there, halfway between that.
When you stand at attention, your eyes are never supposed to move. So the basic drills are basically to teach you that discipline to always be looking a little bit over the horizon. And so what you're doing is you're thinking about how you feel. How exactly does this feel? Do my muscles remember how perfect chair feels?
Leadership, you know we need to get done. You have 12 minutes.
Section.
It sounded like it crept up just a little bit a couple times, but it's tough to get a tempo when he's just doing it.
The leadership of the marching band, and we choose the leaders very carefully. They have to audition for those positions, so they have to demonstrate the sound of the saxophone, they have to demonstrate the sound of the trumpet, and they have to have some proficiency and be able to not only sound well, but also be able to teach others on how to sound well. And the same thing with marching. We have rank lieutenants that are experts, in a sense, and at marching, and they know how to teach it. So when I send the group off in its various sections to work, there's already an expectation on the leadership part in terms of what they are, their goals and objectives in terms of what they need to teach and do. So when it sounds like cacophony, when everybody's working independently and it sounds, and it may look to the outsider looking in a little bit like chaos, but it's very organized chaos.
To be a student leader in the University of Minnesota Marching Band, the first thing that is important is all the technical stuff, like being able to teach someone how to march, being able to help somebody memorize their music. But I think that what's more important than that is being able to create within your section or to help people feel what you feel about the marching band. I think that a lot of people become student leaders because of a certain way that they feel about the marching band, that they feel it's their family or they feel just great being a part of it. And I think that the most important job of a leader is to help other people feel that same way.
So helping rehearse these tunes tonight are the 3 student assistant conductors of the pep bands next year. First up, the assistant of the women's athletics band, Megan Iverswith, which fights first, yes? Yeah. Fight, and then our men. She's right, this note is getting, it's not that it's written wrong, it's just everybody's playing it different.
Oh, this is different. part before? Honestly. Last spat. Yeah, besides the last spat count when we did that. Okay, listen for that part when we play this.
Mid-march. What does this band do at the beginning of a song traditionally? We rush. This isn't 6/8. We're not going to do that. Can we start the tune? Think about not rushing. Please. Go ahead, start it. With the horns up. Thought we were going to end it. Cool. Listen to this. Bye up, bye up. That's great that we all do it that way, but we're all doing it wrong. So we need to change that. It's bye up. The second note is the goal, no matter if you're going up or down. Bye up, okay? Should we try to play it that way, just the second ending?
Can we start right at the beginning? Intro, please.
I think teamwork is a very important aspect of marching band, mostly in the fact that everybody is both a leader and a follower, and so you feel responsible for the entire band.
It's a very respectful, very dignified, very straight ahead. We know what we need to do to get done, and we're all going to do it.
One of the things we've been discussing for Grand Old Flag is not compressing here, but compressing out there and bringing it to the sidelines in compressed form. That's something we might try next year, just because coming to the form, we don't cross-field march all that well, especially since we practice on a curved field and we perform on a flat one. We might collapse it and bring it down from up there, just so you know.
Okay, we're ready.
Excellent. Marking time like it's for real. Play it well. Sure, it's all about you, baby.
Intro.
Good. Excellent.
In a rehearsal setting, when I'm on the ladder like tonight, you look out and you see just a lot of great people that you feel privileged to be standing in front of as their teacher. It's heartwarming to know that they're willing to do these things and to work this hard, and they're all such great people. And so it's really my job to do whatever I can to help their experience be better, whether it's musical suggestions, marching suggestions, or whatever. They're the type of people I look out and you see their eyes and you just want to make sure you're good enough to be in front of them.
Good, good, better. We have to fix those parts. A lot of people make that up as we go along. Okay? You learn it for spat camp, especially the rookies. You learn it for spat camp. You wire it hard for the first pregame audition. You smoke for the first pregame, maybe the second pregame, and then we quit rehearsing it. And by mid-October, you might still be playing the right part. By November, perhaps. Then we get the indoor concert ready and we fix it. And then, say January, the pep bands are kind of playing it right. February, it's sort of right. Okay, don't assume just because you learned it once, you've got it. You have to keep going back. Leadership, you have to get your people to go back and look at the parts. And then come March, when we do leadership auditions and everybody plays it perfectly, that'd be awesome. Okay? But don't think just because I learned it in August, I still have it later. Make sure you keep checking on that. That tune has to be perfect all the time.
At the end of every rehearsal, we all come together and we put our arms around each other and we sing Hail Minnesota, which is our state hymn and alma mater. Minnesota, hail to thee. For me, it's important because it's a reminder of what we're doing and what we're there for. And I think, especially for me, the days that it's really important is when we've had a really hard rehearsal and, you know, maybe something wasn't going right or we were having a fight or, you know, just whatever wasn't going right that day. And it really reminds us what we're doing there and why it's important that we're all there and we're all there together. We'll proclaim thee near and far. They will guard thy fame and adore thy name. Thou shalt be their northern star.
To be a band director in the Big Ten is a big deal. The objective when I was hired was to increase the size and the quality of the marching band. So I went about my work. And I met with the president at the time, Mark Udoff, and he was very supportive of my efforts. Actually, I asked the question, how large of band would you like at the University of Minnesota? And Mark Udoff came back with a perfect answer to that question. He said, how large is the University of Wisconsin's band? And of course, I had done my homework and I knew the answer to this question. I said 280, and he looked right at me and he said, then I think we should have 281.
The bowl game experience for the students, I think, it's like a great culmination of the year. They get extra time to spend together, and then we get to go somewhere. And we get to show other people. I think that's what really drives these students. They get to show other people what they're all about. They go out and they're such classy individuals, and they go out and they have a good time, and we always get comments about how great our students are, how professional our students are. And then they get to go to a bowl game and you have 55, 65,000 people who aren't all from Minnesota. But they see what the band does, and to hear those people erupt when they see the M expand or whatever, for our students is just a real special thing because they know that they've made that connection with people who aren't expecting to see the M.
The experience going to a bowl game is completely different from a home game. The excitement factor is multiplied numerous times. Obviously we're performing in a new space, a new venue. It's not the Metrodome, so that lends itself to being exciting right there. We try to put together a show that would impress people, entertain people, and I think that's one of the greatest parts about being in this band is we get to show tens of thousands of people, up to millions of people who are watching on TV, what we do in the Big Ten. And that has put on a great show for the fans, and it's just a blast to be able to do that around the country.
At the end of the year, we put on an indoor concert in Northrop Auditorium, and we take all of the music that we've played in field shows throughout the year, and we do it on stage in Northrop. And it's really fun. I really enjoy it. It's actually one of my favorite parts of the year.
The indoor concert is just pretty much a show of our traditions, what we do, our cadences, our school songs, our cheers, everything that we have to offer. In addition to that, it's a show, it's a presentation of all the repertoire that we put together that year. And once we do that, it pretty much becomes a habit every year. You pretty much know what to expect. You have all of your music memorized from the year, and you come and you play your tunes. But it's really important for us to connect with the fans, and they know what to expect, and we pretty much know what to expect after you've done it for a year. So it's just a really nice way to show what the band has to offer and meet with an audience of alumni, band alumni and school alumni, and they know and they love what we do, and we love what we do, and it's just a really nice celebration.
Everybody, beginning. More explosion, more excitement. Consider perhaps a Rose Bowl. Play exciting.
Pride of Minnesota Backstage is a co-production between TPT's Minnesota channel and the University of Minnesota Marching Band. Support for this program was provided to the University of Minnesota Marching Band by the University of Minnesota School of Music and the University of Minnesota College of Liberal Arts.